If there's any jump in this video that's going to make you rage quit, if that hasn't already happened, then it's this one, this panel jump right here. Because this jump, I despise, man. I don't like this jump. I can hit it, but it's like the value that you gain from hitting this to the difficulty required compared to the difficulty required to hit it is just a bad matchup. Like, why am I spending my time here when I could just do this so conveniently with more cover and without a clamber? You know, it's sorry. I've spent the last like 20 minutes trying to, I hate this panel, dude. There's two main ways that I hit this jump. The first one I'll call the basic way. This is more tedious and takes time, but it does tend to work. The first thing I do is stand on this button. That's step one, is just to stand on the button. If you just jump and hold forward, I'm walking forward into the edge. I'm currently standing on it. If I let go of the stick, I'm good. I'm here. Make sure that you don't position yourself too far to the right so that when you jump, you don't bump your head. So just try to stand on the middle to like the left side of the button. That is step one. Now that you're standing here, the next step is to look down and repulsor jump out, because it ain't worth it. It's just not worth it, bro. Just kidding. What I meant to say is look towards the ledge, hold back on the left stick into the wall, and then push forward and jump. Almost at the exact same time. You're actually pushing forward about a fraction of a second before you jump. So stand on the panel, turn towards the wall, hold backward, push forward, and jump. You basically have to think of the top of this panel as like a little ramp. And by pushing into the wall, you're pushing to the top of that ramp so that when you jump off of it, you're jumping from a higher peak point than you normally would be if you just jump off the button without pushing into the wall. So it's difficult to get down. And in the end, when I do it this way, it's slow. Like here to here, that's generally the fastest I'm going to get up there, which might work for a play, but the risk reward, it makes it, unlikely that it would make sense for me to do that much, if ever. To speed this up, you'd want to jump into the button on like an angle like this and then try to immediately jump from there. The issue is if you jump off too quickly, then you don't get the benefit of that ramp to push into. So you have to kind of really push yourself into the wall and then do like a late jump off so you still get a bit of that ramp up before you jump in. So you're kind of like jumping, holding into the wall briefly, and then immediately tapping back out. And it's just a very difficult process to pinpoint quickly. All in all, in my opinion, regardless of how you do it, jumping from here to here isn't really the play. I don't really know if this is ever going to be meta or worthwhile, in my opinion. There's a different way to hit this jump that I learned from Diversity, where you jump off the button to a clamber on the sandbags. And this, I think, has way more potential. Now, this is still difficult to do, but the result is a much faster and more efficient jump, assuming you get it. And there's a better chance, I think, you can make a play with it because of it. Now, the way I do it, what I learned from Diversity, is jumping from the highest point here, sprint, jump, and land on the button. Really, it doesn't matter too much where you jump from, though. The objective is to jump at the peak of that ramp that we talked about. When you land on the button, you'll notice your Spartan kind of bobs up and down a couple times. That first bob, the big first bob, is when you want to time your jump at the top of that first bob up. That's going to give you the highest jump. So there's a timing to it where you sprint jump into the wall, and I hold forward the whole time, and I land on it, and then I wait a second for the Spartan to kind of bob back up and time the jump at the peak of that ramp up. And after jumping, I hold crouch and clamber, which is something I didn't do originally. By holding crouch, for some reason, this jump works all of a sudden. So make sure you hold crouch and clamber to do this. And I also kind of swing myself out to the left when I land on it, like a little bit like that, and then time it with the bob up. And once again, there we go. It's a difficult jump to do. So try it out. See if you can make a play. If you're super advanced, apparently you can even skip the clamber. So more challenge if you need it.